Good morning, everyone. Welcome to God's Grace on Thee and Angel Wallace Productions. Today is Thursday. It is the 18th of April of 2024. It is about 17 a.m. here in Reno, Nevada. And I don't know the temperature today, but it's gorgeous sunny. Clear skies. Today we'll continue on with chapter 11. And this is the fifth ray. Recording 3, Hilarion. Sunday, April 9 on 1989, 1:45 p.m. year 2, day 236. Fifth ray. Hilarion, the leader. Dharma, thank you for receiving my presence. I am the Hilarion of the fifth ray, the ray of healing, the ray of the emerald. I come as the headmaster, if you will, of the green flame of the fifth ray. I greet thee in love. My purpose is twofold at this meeting. I wish to bring personal touching to my most beloved John, who is in fact a direct and directed fragment of myself, that one whose greatest glory was in the beingness of Paul, Saul of Tarsus. John experienced alongside myself at that time in that place, having been chosen for the task long before my actual emergence from the womb into the body. Now some of us take the 2x4 across the head, John, to find our truth, but once confronted, no man shall endure against us. So be it. As the merging time has come, we shall all be meeting of ourselves. We have all experienced in many times, many places, but there is always the one that imprints all our existence above all others. I ascended as Saint Hilarion, and therefore bear the label of same. It is my work with my master teacher, Isu, the Christed, perfect circle without beginning or end, that touched my soul into the forever of infinity. We always ponder what and why we come away again. And what could our purpose be? Is it karmic debt? Nay. In this instant, the debts are paid. The joy of reversing that which we precipitated is the glory of the commitment. It is a question of polarization. When men are polarized to the Antichrist position, if they be truly of God and of the Christos who is all and in all, though they deny of it and him, by his Holy Spirit will he repolarize them out of the deadness of their worlds and mere words unto the Alpha and Omega of the living Word. Still the tears pour forth from mine eyes as I recall the experiences of my time spent in the expression of the one Saul. So be it, for even lo, lifetimes may pass. Thy stamp will always be to be cast aside and transmuted into the glory of creation. Only do we hold to the memory for the experience of truth and lessons never to be forgotten, that we do not repeat of the errors. We must, however, know that all has its purpose. It is axiomatic. The presence of the Holy Spirit in the power of conversion, side by side with persecutions, is the greatest proof of our oneness with the Christos. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. And now comes our greatest contribution: to build a kingdom on the foundation of rock, that no man can tear it asunder. Ours is of another mighty task, to heal of the wounds and the crippling circumstance wrought upon this holy place. It is the glory to work hand in hand with our beloved masters and our most revered sacred angelic energies in communion and harmony with the very Christos himself, herself, itself. Terms, words, get in our way, so let me define a few for thee. Guru means God-man, the dispeller of darkness, the incarnation of the word avatar, who is teacher, initiator par excellence. There is no higher office held on the initiatic scale by one in physical embodiment. Through the degrees of attainment by the office holder may vary according to the quality of his heart and his endurance on the path. The Eastern term for the office held by Paul is chela, or servant of the God-man, devotee of the light of Christ in the one sent, the living master, who wears the mantle of guru, or teacher. Now, let us consider the word of Christianity. Not so, my chelas, incorrect. It is Christ I am it. The way of the sons of God, using the power of the sacred name, I am, to affirm their God identity on earth as it is in heaven. Thus it is written in the Akasha. Thus, too, it behooved Christ then and now to teach his own the mysteries concerning their incarnation of the Word. Do you see? By being the vessel of the Christos, offering the totality of my being unto my Lord, Guru, teacher, I became that Christ, that Lord, and that Guru. Even so, I am my Guru are one. And the answer returns over the figure 8 flow of the oneness. I and my chela are one. Therefore, we are one in infinity. This means that I and my chelas embody the Christ flame, the Christ standard, and the Christ consciousness of the fifth aspect of the light emanation of God, and that we are qualified to transfer this attainment to our students, line upon line, cycle by cycle. Who has chosen who? Remember, however, the words of the Master Isu Jesus of the Sacred Circle, until ye have prepared thyself, 'tis I who have chosen thee. When thy lessons are learned, 'tis ye who have chosen me, and I will be in acceptance of thy call. Ye will heal, ye will cast out of spirits of evilness, but ye will first learn of thy lessons, for 'tis not for thee without the presence of the Holy Spirit. Ye must have the cooperation, if ye will, of the Spirit ye wish to cast out. Be careful lest ye bring the house down upon thine ears. Ye must become one within the power of the Holy Spirit, or the evil spirit may spit in thy face, or even remove of thy face. 'Tis the lighted spirit of truth from which the darkness moves away. If ye are careless, ye are a tool of the evil itself, and it will strike thee down. The world is filled to overflow with false prophets and self-proclaimed evil exorcists. Do not be foolish in thy ego, needs to be wondrous in the works of the Lord, lest ye fall on thy touche in a heap, battered and bruised, and too late. Wise. Healing comes only through mind. Healing must come also from truth in the holy name. It also must come from that God self within the one stricken. It must come through the mind. It can only come through the mind, so better ye ones who would heal, learn to contact and work with the portion of mind that literally controls that which is beyond the consciousness. There are lessons on thy plane which can be given by very learned masters of the art. These are not removed from thee, but within thy group. So be it. We will be speaking more on these matters, for healing will be integral to our success. What have we done if we create a place to be inhabited by a crippled energies? It has not to do with bodies. A body can be handicapped. A crippled body is very sad indeed. Illness and crippled states are sentences passed out by the judge within self. Ye cannot help of it in thy consciousness, for ye are being the perfect prisoner, serving thy sentence in good behavior. To be free, thee must set of thyself free. Refuse longer the sentence. Pronounce thyself having served the warden long enough, and removing the binding shackles. I can tell of how ye must unlock the door and come forth. Ye are my precious ones, thee and others such as thee, who will carry this glorious banner beyond the gates and set up the city of light. And we of the realms of glory will walk every step of the way with thee. We will carry thee if thee stumbles, and pick thee up if ye fall. So be it, for the story is written, the play finished. We have but to fill the roles. The alternative to this responsibility is devastation upon this magnificent garden. Let us bear of our responsibilities in magnificence, that we may stand tall at the mirror of our God and pronounce our job well done and our performance pleasing. Thank you, Dharma, for thy willingness. Thy body is weary and thy mind confused. Go to thy place of quiet and spend a respite with Aton. The Omega is worth with Alpha, so be it, and I place my seal upon these my words. In the service of my most beloved, I am the humble servant. I am that I am. Hilarion. Haton here, Dharma. Ye have done well this day. Go now and allow the energies to settle into perspective. We can introduce the 6th and 7th another time. It will require a long session for Germain, I warn, for he will be thy constant companion in this journey through. Salut, salut, salut. I am Haton. Chapter 12. Recording 1. Nada. Monday, April 10, 1989, 7:30 a.m., Year 2, Day 237. 6th Ray, Lady Nada. Dharma, good morning. I am Nada, come to get acquainted. Firstly, let me tell you what it is ye are feeling. Ye have abdicated the thinking consciousness of thy brain, that the circuit will be clear. But ye do not like the response ye feel towards me. Release of it. For I am going to give you ones a lesson that I plead ye never forget. Gender problems and responsibility. We will need speak of the personal, Doris/Dharma, and what ye were and what ye are. Ye struggle in the feminine form in a harsh, harsh world. And ye have reached a time where the masculine form has taken on much of the feminine trait of weakness. And many of the feminine forms have become badgering masculine rulers. There is confusion piled upon confusion. Sex is used. Yes, I said used for wrong purposes, only for pleasure, hardly ever for the production of a wanted, beloved child to portion a family. We see the arguments for and against abortion, for instance, for or against what of the human form, life within? At what age is it all right to murder another? Why cannot a mother take a child who is 10 years of age, and because she no longer cares to have him, or she is handicapped, simply cut his throat and cast him in a grave, or a son at 30 years of age? What difference? Human life begins at conception, and sometimes before. Perhaps a woman should have rights to shoot her husband if he becomes senile, pronounce it a disease, and shoot him too. He may only be 75 years of age. So be it, Dharma. The truth of it is in sorting. Precious child, the truth is in the sorting. They claim back to the underworld for abortions, back to endangering the life of the mother, the woman. No one stands forth and says, responsibility. No one stands and says, be responsible for thy actions before the fact. Why are ones engaging in illicit sexual pleasure and then assuming no responsibility for their action. Herein lies this problem, and no one on thy place wants to assume responsibility for their actions. And then it is pronounced as women's rights. Ye too in the beginning, when having a baby a year, felt a woman should have some rights. The church was preaching that ye must, as a wife, submit to the husband, man. Man's rights. No man or woman has the right to use of another for any purpose. The sexual act being of the most sacred functions to further the species, misused is one of the most vile of all your behaviors. But you say, but in the Bible it says Jesus forgave the whore. So he did. He wasn't presented with the man involved. The men held the most stones to cast forth at her. Yes, 'tis that the Bible was written by men who felt it was right and deserving for the man to respond to his needs. And let it suffice for me to say, child, if ye have a need, a head pain for instance, take of an aspirin. If thee has a need to remove some particle from the eye, use eye wash. Or would thee flee to thy bed and have sex? Think carefully on these things, for it is the singularly most abused of all thy ways, the prime toy, to tempt thee from the darkest side of thy being. Think carefully upon my words. Now, back to thee, Dharma. Ye have experienced very seldom as a feminine energy. Ye are torn in thy own space by what ye see. There were lessons thee volunteered to come again to grow above and allow the feminine aspect of thy species to come into balance. Everything so far that ye once do to bring balance only thrusts thee into deeper pits of degradation. So be it. For thy lesson is to move forward, in spite of, and in most of thy past experiences as Akhenaten, thee efforted to bring balance and truth through the one source, the one light, Aton. As Socrates, thee tried to teach balance and truth, and even thy most precious, Chelas, Plato, misused the lessons to a great extent, and on and on. And you are coming into thy truth and memory, child, and ye do not like of me very much, for I represent thee. No, write it down, my dear. What do I represent? Say it. I represent the soft feminine aspect of thyself that has caused man to destroy since the Garden of Eden. And now even Lady Master Nada has forsaken thee. I come in service and honor of the seventh ray, Master Germain. No. I come to serve with Master Germain. With. I am in the service of Father/Mother, God Source, and thee. Know thyself. Let this be thy lesson this day. Know thyself. Firstly, know thyself. Be ye male or female. Come to balance with thyself. Face of thy resentments. Bring them forth to communicate with ones who cause thee thy perceived resentments. Then release them to the cosmos, that ye might go forth in total harmony and get of thy work accomplished. I come on the chosen sixth ray of refraction. My aspect is most pleasured within the third ray, the pink, loving warmth of the third ray of divine love. I work in service where I am most needed, me and my chelas. Also, most words regarding myself and my brothers have been colored by the receiving person's perception of how we should be. And ye all forget the most important point of all. We here speak of aspects in the higher realms, my child. There is not man or woman. God's source is neither man nor woman. God is. Only in thy frailty are thee man or woman, hiding the aspect that displeases thee. Ye are man and woman, each and all of thee, both, hopefully brought into perfect balance, that ye can function in thy chosen experience. So be it. Now this is to become acquainted, and I have given a most controversial message, just that you know me very well, Dharma, and we have debated this over and over prior to this time. And we are passionate brothers in the service. Be at peace, friendship, and brotherhood. Know no boundaries, no bigotry, and they ones are cast into the pits of bigots. Release it, note it, and pass on through it, just as with all other darkness. It will all come into balance within the light. Know it. On with my introduction, please. I was most active in the time of Atlantis, with you of my brothers. It, like Lemuria, was a time of beauty, of seeing man grow and blossom, and then reach a peak, and turn to the darkness within himself. I was tending of the flame, let us say, of love, housed within the then called Temple of Love, there in the greatest city of Atlantis. I served the third ray, for my thrust was even then the healing of Earth's involvement course, which thy Jesus has said is the fulfilling of the law of karma. So be it. 'Tis what I did at that time. Does the earth not need of healing and nurturing more than ever in existence of manifested form? You are now striving for, let us name it, selfless service. This state of selflessness must be achieved, or you cannot fulfill of thy mission. To know when ye have become selfless is to not be aware of the choice of selflessness. By this I mean that the natural course of your life is always the preferring of the love of God, the service of that God incarnate. To be aware of self, its pleasures, its privileges, its preferences, and then to make a choice to forego that self is a step on the path of selflessness, which must indeed be taken. Self versus selflessness. And once you have reached that center of balance, you are no longer aware of choosing between the self, the real self, and the cast aside, non-self. It seems a contradiction. Love thyself, honor thyself as God. Love neighbors as self, and then cast aside of self. Nay, for our mission requires self to function automatically as the hands, heart, and head of the unseen. Teachers wherever thee are needed, and whenever required, filling in for God, and therefore supplying each aspect of the Christos sacred circle in which someone may be lacking for the ultimate mastery of the transition of this garden into her ultimate perfection. Ye saw, ye came, and ye shall prevail. It is said, I tarry, and bring gifts of diverse kings of tongues, and interpretation of those tongues. Too much mush in the terminology. I master the nuances of vibration in the 5 rays, and the almost infinite combination of the word as released through the varied human vortices. Not so impressive in terminology, but accurate. As pertains to human, divine, and angelic tongues, these gifts involve the mastery of speech, communication, and the delivery of the word. If there is lacking in even one aspect of the aforenamed, all will fall. The vortex of every endeavor must contain an intense will. And when balanced with alpha and omega in the individual or with others, the increase of the periphery is as great as the fire of the center. And we must then allow the central flame to reveal all ingredients of the goal, for the very alchemy itself depends upon the formula. And if the formula does not contain the capacity to bless life, to heal life, to increase wisdom, it will be self-limiting. Therefore, in business, in service, in any activity, consider, how far will the light travel? How far will the effort expended reach? Will all the earth be blessed because I have lived this hour and striven for the highest, because I passed of this way? Or will you only those in my immediate circle find temporal comfort? Meet yourself. It is so true, beloved ones, that mastery as a quality of itself has many dimensions. The wisdom and intelligence of the mind that guides and directs an effort, that sets forth the goal and the means to achieve it, are principally to be considered as the most important ingredients. Combined with the love, then the power, the intelligence, and the planning, the understanding of all phases of a project or design will mean that you have discovered a limitless formula that will multiply and multiply itself long after you have walked the earth, or that will rise and fall again. Ye ones will be greeting thy old selves all along the path henceforth. Expect it and honor the gift. Thus, neither the soul nor the goal itself can rise any higher than its own matrix. Rather than pursuing many little endeavors, concentrate then on that which will reach the star of your I am presence. And let your Christ self calculate the mathematical formula. How much effort in planning, how much involvement will it take for the rocket of the soul to mount and accelerate to the vibration of the I am presence? And the worth of the individual as a potential to be God in manifestation is incalculable. Its violation at any level is fraught with far-reaching consequences, as Isu Jesus the Christed Circle warned. To any who offend even one of these little ones, thus tenderly sponsor the world's children, individual by individual, often in answer to their prayers or cries of anguish in abandonment. I have legions of angels who personally attend the little ones and the youth, but they must be called in. If the child cannot call, ye must ask in behalf of that tiny being. 'Tis thy accepted duty to do so. And I also wish to speak a moment on twin flames. Most important, a term that has been soiled by possession of the term to relate a status of sorts. No, it is but two acting in harmony for enhancing of the power and potential benefit. Wherever there is action of going forth two by two, one is the bearer of the alpha flame and the other of the omega, forming a circle of light that cannot be penetrated like an impregnable fortress. Realize then that the conferring by the teachers of karma of opportunity and initiation for twin flames is to that end, that the twin flames together might enter the path of singularness to the Christ red ray. Travel along that red road, brothers, and further call on that creator ray, Sanat Kumara, of the sacred Kumaras, for help toward thy end alongside thy brother flame bearer. Since the sinking of Lemuria and subsequently Atlantis, circles of masters, of ancient tribal masters, disciples, etc., have been sponsored by the Great White Brotherhood to hold the balance of light for Earth's evolutions. I was honored in that I was allowed to be amongst those who kept the flame for the earth during the period of great darkness that covered thy land. And we who came to earth with Sanat Kumara, creator, source, Tankashila, grandfather, did carry of the flame and spread it to other locations. We keepers of the light flame have continued to re-embody to serve, whether it be in physical embodiment or from the ascended state. We maintain the balance of Alpha and Omega in the spirit matter cosmos through the teacher-student relationship. And let us now utilize these segments of the total light to once again bring total balance and harmony to this once perfect place of creator creation. No more and no less is perfection for transition to higher beingness. It is written that it shall be. It is spoken that it shall be. It shall be, and we shall do of it. So be it, and Selah, blessed children of ourselves. Let me take leave, as I have caused you to write much past that which I first intended. However, thee ones must take note of those things which pass thy feeling senses when they pass. 'Tis no longer singular lessons for a one, 'tis for all are one. I leave thee in love and nurtured by the eternal flame of the sixth ray of understanding all in all. And I am greatly blessed for the allowance of serving with thee ones along this journey. I place my seal upon these words that they may be brought forth in truth and remain ever in truth. I salute thee ones for thy accepted burdens in such a darkened density of existence, and we are ever at thy side. I am that I am, Lady Master Nada, of the ray of the sixth refraction of the central crystal source of all light. So be it, and Amen. Hatan here, Dharma, let us rest a bit. Ye have done well, and as thy teacher I am pleased. Hold to me, and ye will receive as given forth. So be it, for it will be no other way. Our circle of workers diminish daily. Ye ones of us will endure in honor and integrity, for ye have accepted thy lessons well, Chelas. I am honored, and I salute thee, for thy way is difficult. Thy duties are only different from one another. Blessings be to my most cherished Tuita, who makes me proud as a father and teacher. For her work with the great councils and conclaves, I honor her truth and purity of projection. 'Tis not an easy task to write and bring forth the negative messages of such serious meetings. I salute her in reverence and humility. I am pleased that she has been reunited in visible concept with her people of the third galaxy. Captain Fetogia is most closely her relation. I wish this to be public acknowledgement of our honor of her presence. So be it, for when it comes with deepest gratitude and love for that special little one. Salut, salut, salut. I am Hatan of command, Aton of light. Chapter 13. Recording to Germain. Monday, April 10, 1989, 2 o'clock p.m., Year 2, Day 237, the seventh ray. Germain the Alchemist. Dharma, greetings. In the I am presence of the mighty totality of that blessed I am being. Germain here in that mighty I am presence. So be it, and amen. Now ye have dreaded getting to me, little Chela. So be it. We do not like to face the mirror. We are friends, you and me. Let it be handled in the transmuting flame of the violet rays of the mighty I am presence. For we have much to do, and seemingly little time in which to do it. So be it with all our most priceless experiences, always faced with great tasks and deadlines. And ours is to get it done this time, Chelas, for it is so decreed. I am Germain of the seventh ray of the seventh this and the seventh that. At least thee has put me off to the seventh place of showing up in the line of introduction. Just as my brother, Theophilos, I get captured on all the sevens of the universe. Let us not dwell on such trivia. Suffice to realize and know thyself, and thee shall know me. I head up the program for the thrust of the seven ray, for it is the transmuting ray. I am passionate about it, unbending regarding its use for purity and truth. And freedom of thy God self, in the service of the Christos, which is God, pure and simple. God freedom expressed in manifest form in thee and in me. Yes, Chela, we will work most closely with me in our tasks set out in blueprint of the Father. All of us will band as one, and we will prevail, for it is our destiny of destinies. Strong? Ah, yes, strong, unbendable, unbreakable, enduring to the finish. And we live to make men free. If you wish to sum the measure of my existence in all prior times, please let it be said, he lived to make men free. Now that phrase sums up Saint Germain. Always I have brought the Christ light in prophecy and the alchemy of freedom to liberate the people of earth. I come now to bring the gift of prophecy and the gift of the working of miracles, that we might foresee by the spirit of the prophets what is coming upon us and turn the tide by the miracle violet flame. To again bring upon this place the totality of the infinite sacred circle. Christ, I am it. I was given to master the ancient wisdom and hold knowledge of the matter spheres. Always I live by light, for light and through light. Always the God mastery has been rejected by the very ones I sought to help. Notwithstanding that my gifts of light, life, and love, fruits of my adeptship freely given, my alchemical feats, elixir of youth, inventions, and prognostication have been readily received. Such is the story through history. But some of us are most hard-headed and refuse to give up to the dark passages. Melchizedek, belighted through evil input. My most precious teacher, guides, and brethren were schooled into the universal brotherhood of the order of Melchizedek. Ye ones come forth again through the order of Melchizedek. Further, ye are keepers of the flame, and as keepers of the flame, I keep thee. Ye keep the flame alive. I will keep thee alive. In all my times upon thy place, I have sought to stand squarely on a platform of basic human rights for a responsible, reasoning public education in the principles of liberty and equal opportunity for all. I have efforted to teach thee once to espouse your inalienable divine right to live life according to your highest concept of God. No right, however simple or basic, can long be secure without the underpinning of the spiritual graces and the divine law that instills a compassionate righteousness in the exercise thereof. Always I have efforted to make the country a fortress against ignorance and superstition, where Christ's achievement could blossom and devotion to the One could prosper in the quest for the holy truth, the Grail. I was taken out of myself and found even on thy plane, that I could foretell the future. I knew then the secrets of star wanderings, bird flight, secrets of nature itself. Even as Camelot, however, as truth and abundance budded and bloomed, nightshade was twining about its very life system, its roots. Witchcraft, intrigue, and treachery of the darkness brought ultimate destruction and is bringing it forth once again. It was our destiny that we experienced the atonements of a lifetime following experience. We were destined to be the intellectual and scientific voice crying in the wilderness. I predict the events of thousands of things yet to come when I first proffered them. The flying balloon followed by the flying machine, mechanically propelled ships, and on and on and on. I was simply called a mad magician. You must rise above that which others will label thee. Universal law, not miracles. Miracles? Miracles? No, alchemy. Miracles are wrought by the precise application of universal laws. Always I meant to demonstrate that all these wondrous machineries were not magical apparatus, but rather products of the employment of natural law, which men would figure out in time. I've always efforted at being an immortal spokesman for your scientific, religious, and political liberties. I believe that humanity shall accept as an axiom for its conduct the principle for which I have laid down my life, the right to investigate. It is the credo of free men. Now this opportunity to try, this privilege to err, this courage to experiment anew. And we scientists of the human spirit shall experiment, ever experiment. And through centuries of trial and error, through agonies of research, let us experiment with laws and customs, with money systems and governments, until we chart the one true course. Go forth until we find the majesty of our proper orbit, as the planets above have found theirs. And then at last we shall move all together in the harmony of our spheres under the great impulse of a single creation, one unity, one system, one design. Yes, Dharma, this is quoted many, many times through the teachings of I Am, for this is that which I am. I have efforted to recreate that golden pathway to the sun, S-U-N, S-O-N, sun, a destiny come full circle to worship the God presence and reestablish the perfection of a lost golden age of truth. Always my goal, universal enlightenment. Settle for no less and require no more, for there is no more. Once ye have all, there is no more. I petition thee to heed as I say unto thee, and some among this people must be and become direct initiates of Sanat Kumara. Grandfather, Tonkashila, the silver ray of Creator Source. For always there has been the requirement of the ransom. And let these who are the inner circle of the devotees, those who are the first fruits who come and stand as the ensign of the people, raise up the banner of the Christos truth as the one whom they serve, the one who by his very communion promised at the Last Supper, designated each and every son and daughter of God for the internalization of the Word. Christ's path deliberately hidden. Unfortunately, and this word understates, it is indeed that the laws of the Christos sacred circle and his teachings, so meticulously brought forth to the close initiates, are not fully known today, having been taken even from the holy people. Therefore, to obey Christ becomes the challenge of the hour, to find the person of the Christos, to find the way of the teachings. Always know the truth of the teachings, and the path is that they must lead successfully to that higher and higher consciousness, whereunto the individual is assumed into the very heart of the I Am presence, becoming indeed the pure person of that Christos truth. Today, April 10, in thy year of counting 1989, we see the cycles of Earth's returning karma, reaching a mounting crescendo, wherein the four sacred freedoms are threatened, even into annihilation. Well, let us now see what we may accomplish for our beloved Taramaka, grandmother, beloved mother, and our brothers and sisters on earth plane with the renewed opportunity of working as a united one, with our cosmic brethren and our merged higher energies. Precious ones, we have vowed and are committed to be victorious in this age, and so we shall. Ancient Revelation. In this very time of thy calendar, we will be given once again a way to continue a new dream. Ye will be given a roadmap back to the stars, and ye will see the star people come out of the illusion of the two-legged form and into their actual, as the ancients word it, great sleeper, dreamer form. Totally enlightened masters will come into thy spaces. And ye shall know too the legend of the second coming of the Christos energy is destined for thy imminent time of this annual cycle as ye count. It is written unto thy vision to be placed before thy masses. Ye shall have a new design of energy movement of humanity. Christ means a circle. So the second coming of the sacred circle is all enlightened humans dancing as one consciousness. So be it. I go for the moment, but there will come forth more and more and more. Blessings upon thee ones who toil at the bearing of the truth again to this beloved place, from thine brothers that they might confront their individual divine course. Now these ones are set sail on a path of red unto glory. I, Germain, of the seventh, the violet ray, do set forth my seal upon these words, that thee shall know me, and ye shall receive in truth. And in the radiance of the mighty I am presence, I leave my cloak of transmuting energy about thee, that thee will find, and renewed faith that we can finish our mission. So be it, and be it so this day. I am Germain. Haton here, Dharma, so be it. No further comment. It is as it will be. Go thee in peace and in love. I am that which I am. I am Haton. Chapter 14. Recording number 1. The Maha Kohen. Thursday, April 6, 1989, 7 a.m., Year 2, Day 233. Before Dharma breaks forth into the studies for her benefit of her belief confirmation in my truth unto her, for she is insecure in the greatness of the truths being brought into her consciousness, I tell thee ones now that thy greatest guide is the Lord Maha, Lord of the Lords of the seventh rays, the one light of the totality of pure and crystal light. This is why the lords of the seven rays have been most closely at thy side. Lord, recall, is basically teacher of the highest cause. El Moria, Lord of the first ray, the statesman, who brings forth gifts of faith in God's will and the word of wisdom. Lord Lanto, the sage, gifts of the word of wisdom and the word of knowledge. Dharma knows this one well, and by name hardly at all. Now this one is attached greatly to the Archangel Moroni, Moroni of Mormon, Lord of the second ray, Lord of the third ray, Paul the Venetian, the artist bringing gifts of the discerning of spirits, Serapis Bey, the architect and bringer of the working of miracles, Lord of the fourth ray, Hilarion, Lord of the fifth ray, initiator of the inner eye, the third eye, vortex. Hilarion brings the intense gifts of healing. Eleanor and John take note he will always stress the power of the dark brotherhood. Heed and attend. Lady Master Nada, the Lord of the sixth ray, initiator of the solar plexus chakra, thy center of soul. And thy most attentive brother, Lord Saint Germain, the alchemist, bringer of gifts of prophecy and the working of miracles, and Lord of the seventh ray, transmuter through the violet flame of the seventh refraction of the central crystal. The Maha Kohan, master teacher guide, professor, if you will, the totality and Lord teacher of the seventh professors, and bringing forth of thine self into fruition of total wholeness and insight. Do thee see? The lords of heaven, the archangelic realms convene to assist. We of the cosmic councils and galactic councils are here to assist. Ye have it all at thy disposal. Be humble. Yes. Egotistical? Nay. Utilize it that we may accomplish our most holy task, brethren. So be it, and Selah. Yes, Dharma, ye discern correctly. I am that one light, the lighted one. I am the master teacher, Kohan, of the eighth, the one light from whence all other rays are birthed. I am Aton. I am the teacher of the seven teachers. Ye have the universal hierarchy at thy disposal, little one. Let us use the input most wisely, children, that we may accomplish our task with integrity and honor for the great creations of this universe. So be it, and I place my seal upon these words that there is no misunderstanding thereof. Mine is to give, thine to accept. So be it, and Selah. Attend thy teachers well, for they shall show of thee the way. I am. I'm going to leave at this point. So do you now understand when God comes and talks? Haton is Aton. That's God. Jesus is Isu Emmanuel, Jesus Sananda. What a beautiful name. I love it. I hope that you understand what's going on. If not, the links are there. Go and refresh your memory. Write the names down, and on the side of them, write down what they represent. Because we are all a part of the one, and we have them at our command. All we have to do is ask, and they'll help us. Be sure and share your smile. Smiles are contagious. And hug those that you love, because life is short. And do something really kind for someone else who may need a hand up. For we are all here on earth. We all have a journey, and we all have a reason of being here. We have our purpose. So let's help each other out throughout this journey. I love you all. Please take care. Have a wonderful day. Love you. See you. Bye.